Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Misha, Ukrainian vet in the United States. Today in this not really quiet atmosphere, but very chill and relaxed atmosphere, we're going to talk about one of the biggest difficulty in veterinary profession, and it's a stress. How to deal with the stress and how important it is to manage that. So let's start. According to the statistic, veterinarians, unfortunately, they have very high suicide rate in the United States, which means this is a profession where unfortunately people due to stress kill themselves very often, and this is pretty sad. It's sad in general, but it's sad that it happens in our profession, and it's understandable why is that happen, because of the stress. So stress, this is something that we're dealing with every day, and it's very hard sometimes to avoid it. I'm gonna talk about things that I believe should help us to avoid stress during the work, and maybe you can write something that you think also can be useful to everyone. Why is that happening in general? If we think about our profession, of course we're talking about animals, doctors who are working in medical field. I do believe they experience even more stress because of the responsibility. But in general, if you're a responsible person, and in this field, in veterinary medicine, many people, they treat their pets as a human being, and they are like the children for them, and that's why sometimes responsibility is very high, and the pressure on the doctor is pretty high. So of course as I said, not pretty quiet atmosphere, because we have an airplane flying here, music playing, kids in the pool. Yeah, summer is almost there. Summer is almost came to Las Vegas. I think it should be a little bit easier like that. So the stress in our profession is pretty high, so it's nothing to explain. The responsibility that we're dealing with, the complaints that we're dealing with, unfortunately sometimes our patients die, and it's very hard emotional, because you give yourself, and you study a lot, you give your patient, and in the end sometimes it can end up pretty bad. And also with the people, sometimes we're working with very difficult clients. Not so many people, they unfortunately understand what we're going through. Many clients, they complain even if it's not really necessary. They can create a stressful situation to you, and they don't understand that you are the same human being, and yeah, they just make your life difficult. And this is something that we need to accept. This is actually the thing that I haven't had on my list when I was thinking about this video, but I think probably rule number one is just to try to understand that stress is going to happen, and we need to accept it. So we need to accept that we're going to have some difficult people, we're going to have some difficult days, we're going to have some difficult cases, and this is something that is part of our job, it's part of our profession, and you cannot hide from that. It's going to happen, and you just need to take it and accept it. As soon as you accept it and you understand that you work in this stressful field and you try to take things differently, it's going to help you a lot. In the Bible, they say that God cannot take the difficult days from you, but He can change the way that you look at things. And I believe this is something that sometimes we have to do in this field. We just need to change the way we're looking at things, we're looking at people, we're looking at animals, and in general on our colleagues as well, and this is something that should help us to manage stress a lot. The second thing that, in my opinion, helps a lot, it's communication with your colleagues. Actually, those people you are working with every day, they understand you more than any other people. So, and not even the people you are working with, everyone has his classmates, and they go through the same difficulties every day. And me personally, every time when I speak to my friends, other vets, it helps me a lot, because you understand that you're not only one who are dealing with the same problems, and they also have the similar issues that you have, even with the difficult cases, even with the people. And when you talk to them, you discuss these cases, you give your advice, they give you some other advice, and in general you feel much better, and you're not so stressed. And having a good mate whom you can talk to, I think it's very important, and this is something that you can consider as a stress relief. So talk to your colleagues, talk to your friends, specifically people who work in the same field, they should understand you much better. Of course, it's very important, don't forget to take time to relax, because in this field, especially in United States, you can be busy if you want. You can be busy every day and every 24 hours non-stop. So you need to find the time for yourself to spend time with your family. Of course, in my opinion, like family and vacation and days off, this is something that should keep you fit and release the stress that you have. Every time when you go for your vacation, when you have the days off, try to separate yourself from the hospital and live the life that you have, because everyone has his own issues and things that you're going through, some difficulties at home, not only at work, right? We're all human beings and we have the same problems. So try to separate yourself from the hospital, find the time. So this is going to be my advice: find time for yourself and don't forget about yourself, about your health. So you need to do some sport, travel, and yeah, spend the time the way you like. If you like to read. If you like to study, you can study. If you like to travel, for example, right now living in Las Vegas gives me the opportunity to travel a lot, and every time when I have days off, I try to go somewhere. We go to California very often, and this is something that helps you to kind of forget the things that you were dealing with a couple of days ago in the hospital, and you kind of refresh and you come back and you feel much better. Of course, you have to manage yourself the way that you can give the responsibility for the cases that you are dealing with to your colleagues, and they're going to do the same when they have days off. So you really need to find people who you can rely on, and it's going to be the same with them, so they can rely on you. Because when you have your day off, you just want to think about your family, relax, and don't think about the hospital. And it happens very often when somebody bothers you from the hospital, and this is something that causes you stress even when you're at home. And that's why it's also important to find the people you can trust at work, so you can give the cases to them and assign cases to them, and this way you're going to be free. Also, in my opinion, one of the most important things that can help us to avoid the stress, I would say, it's stay professional, which means if we think what exactly causes the stress, it's communication with the clients, it's medicine itself, right? So difficult cases, and yeah, some complaints. And also we carry a lot about the future that never gonna happen, or some things that is never gonna happen, and we care about that. So in my opinion, if you stay professional, which means you study all the time, so you stay fit, which means your knowledge is appropriate and you manage cases appropriately, it's gonna help you a lot. If you focus on your notes and you know that your notes are done and you're doing everything right, so the chance that you're gonna be stressed are low. Also, yeah, if you practice medicine the way how it should be, your stress is going to be less. And the same, as I mentioned before, study. If you study and you get in confidence with the time, you're going to get less stress, which means staying professional keeps you fit and also keeps you away from the stress events. Oh, this microphone is so heavy, pulls my t-shirt all the time. The last advice that I would probably give to everyone is to look around. If you check, there are so many people around us that experiencing such a high difficulties in life, and if we compare their problems to our problems, it's actually nothing. So I cannot say that we have to underestimate the stress that we have, but in general, that's what kind of helps me to manage my stress situation. I just spoke to my cousin who works as a surgeon, human surgeon in Ukraine. And right now, during the wartime, they have so many defenders, so soldiers that they have to operate, and it's such a difficult cases, it's such a big injuries, and the stress that he has over there, and in general that people have there, it's, if I think my stress is nothing compared to that what they are dealing with. Come on, I live in the nice state, I have a nice job, I have very nice people around me. Yes, I have difficult days, I have difficult clients, I have cases that I need to read about, I need to figure out what to do, but I end up, everything is good. I have a peaceful air, so everything is peaceful here, and I just live my life. I think about my father a lot, who is also defending Ukraine right now in the military, and the stress that he's going through compared to that what I have, it's nothing. So if you compare yourself to other people and just look around, you see that you are not alone in this fight, in this world in general. And this is something that should help you to understand that if many other people, they are able to go through so many obstacles in their life, you're supposed to be able to deal with the things that you have. In many cases, what can help you, if you believe in God, you can pray. If you don't believe, you still can think about some good things, so have like some positive energy and believe in something good and something like bright and in the good future. It's something that helps you to stay focused and manage your stress. Think about your family, think about your dreams, and try to stay positive. Probably try to stay positive. This is going to be the last thing that we're going to end up this video with. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm gonna be very appreciative if you guys share the things that you think can help us to manage the stress in our field, and ask your questions if you have any. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Take care. Goodbye.